happy to see you here in my class. I hope you really enjoyed today's lesson. Well, let's get started. Well, as usual, I love reviewing our unit. Well, our unit 8 is about industry and services, and we'll cover today lesson 4, which is called Industry in Uzbekistan. Well, as I told you, I love reviewing previous lessons. Let's just take a short time to review all of these and look through in seconds. Okay, well, review previous lessons. In the lesson 1, we have already talked about have something done. So I'll give you one example. Sorry, I can't talk to you now. I'm having my car washed. And lesson 2, we learn how to make which sentence, right? You remember? If yes, let's review. And some examples to make it clear. I wish to talk to you. I want to talk to you. This is the same structure as want to talk to you, but wish is more formal. I wish I went to work earlier. I wish it weren't raining. I wish I didn't eat so much at the party because I have a stomach ache right now. And also in the lesson 2, we covered comparative adjectives. Here's an example. Cutting hair for women is more cost than cutting for men. So here's the signal word than. You remember? You are my clever students, and let's just continue the rest of previous lessons. Lesson 3, giving advice. Well, I think you should, we have already studied some expressions and some ways how to give advice to someone. I think with the help of should, the modal word should, I think you should, I think you ought to, why don't you go, why don't you do, why don't you practice? What would you do if I were you? And you'd better, had better. Let's give some advice. I think you should go to the doctor if you have a headache. Or I think you ought to change your car because it's too old. And another expression we learned, something plus needs plus verb ing. Your car needs washing because it looks so dirty. My shoe heel needs repairing. I have broken it recently, for example. And our house needs painting. I don't like the color, for example. And lesson 4, industry in Uzbekistan. I'm sure this is a really interesting topic to discuss, and hope you really enjoy joining this topic. And let's just continue. Of course, industry vocabulary. I'm sure if you want to talk about industry, economics, or services, you must have vocabulary relating to this topic. And we call this kind of vocabulary business vocabulary. You can use vocabulary when you talk about or discuss about industry, services, economy, business. And here are the vocabulary, and later on I'll explain you what to do with them, all right? Well, Uzbekistan is famous for its special industries. As you know, it's famous for its aircraft industry and textile industry, and of course food industry and car industry, right? Okay, heavy industry. Uzbekistan's most productive heavy industries have been extractions of natural gas and oil refining, mining and mineral processing. machine building, especially equipment for cotton cultivation and the textile industry, and coal mining and the ferrous metallurgy, chemical and electrical power industries. Well, let's just take a look. Another industries are main industries: textiles, as I have already told you, textiles, food processing, and machine building, metallurgy, mining, hydrocarbon extraction, and chemicals. And Uzbekistan exports goods to other countries such as energy products, cotton, gold, mineral fertilizers, ferrous and non-ferrous metals, textiles, foodstuffs, machinery, and automobiles. And one of the most famous industry is automobiles. You know that, right? And main export partners, I have already listed few of them: Switzerland, China, Russia, Turkey, Kazakhstan, and Afghanistan, and others. And import goods. Uzbekistan imports goods such as machinery and equipment, foodstuff, chemicals, ferrous and non-ferrous metals. And main import partners are China, Russia, Kazakhstan, South Korea, Turkey, and Germany. And of course, we'll talk about industry in Uzbekistan. Of course, joint venture is very important to make a business. Well, here's a definition of or explanation of joint venture. The abbreviation is JV. If you see it somewhere, this abbreviation, you can guess that it's a joint venture. Joint venture is a business arrangement in which two or more companies agree to pool their resources for the purpose of accomplishing a specific task. This task can be a new project or any other business activity. Well, and of course, we have to practice some pages from your book, page 86. Open your book to page 86, and I'm sure you can find easily this exercise, exercise B, 1B, and match the product and the manufacturing industry which makes them. So here you can see 5 products and manufacturing industries. So which and match them to their endings. Well, clauses. Just I'll give you a second to think before I'll give you answers. All right? I keep silence. I won't say anything. I just keep silence and you think. I'll give you a second to think. Okay. Well, clauses. Just can you guess what is the right answer? Clauses. Yes, you're right. Textile industry. Cars. Of course. Car manufacturing industry. Cotton picking machines. Absolutely. Machine engineering industry. And airplanes. Why not? You are 100% sure that's aircraft industry. And fertilizer, agro-chemical industry. Very good. You are so smart to be proud. Well, and grammar time, of course. This is my favorite. Well, let's just today we learn how to use word combinations. Noun plus noun. Noun, let me just give you a definition, short definition of a noun. A noun is a word for a person, place, or a thing. word combination, noun plus noun. What does it mean? We join two nouns together and it gives you total different meaning. For example, call center, where you can call anytime you want, and if you have questions what you don't understand. Adam had a job at a call center during his college years. Car park, child care, cheesecake, comfort zone, case study, and car manufacturer. I'll give you a second to take a picture of it, and you will study it on your own without a teacher, of course, and practice how to use them. Well, adjective, we have another structure, adjective plus noun. What does it mean? You have already known about what's a noun and what is the word adjective. A word naming an attribute of a noun, such as sweet, red, or technical. And here are some word structures, such as heavy workload, heavy drinker. The first word is an adjective, and the second one is, yes, you're right, noun. And we have totally different word combination. Heavy features, heavy rain, heavy sleeper, heavy snow, and heavy smoker. With the help of the word heavy, you can make total different words with different meaning. Well, it's time for homework. Yes, of course, that's your favorite time. Well, what is your homework? Yes? Of course, I have already mentioned at the beginning of my lesson, here are some words relating to business, industry, and economy. So you have to take notes, you have to write down all this vocabulary and take your vocabulary and write the definition in your language. And write the definition and plus translation. Another homework is find from your dictionary 5 word combinations for noun plus noun and adjective plus noun. Okay? Well, this is the end of our lesson. Thank you. Goodbye. See you next time.